functions. Wetin be if functions? If function are one of the most used functions for Excel. Wetin if function dey do be say e dey check whether a condition dey met. If the condition dey met, e go return one value if the condition is true, and e go return another value if the condition is false. Basically, the if function dey run logical test, and e go return one value for true result and another value for false result. For example, maybe pass mark na above 50, and those wey get below 50 na fail. So you fit use if function to automate your result, make e assign pass to anybody wey get over 50, and make e assign fail to anybody wey get below 50. And we fit use if function with logical operators such as equal to, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, and not equal to. Another thing we fit do with if function na to combine them with the AND function or the OR function. So the AND function are basically if two arguments dey correct, and then the OR function na if either argument dey correct. We go see more about the AND or OR criteria for inside this tutorial. The nested if function, that one now when we dey use another if function inside our if function. So we fit use several if function inside if functions. So and then we go look at Countif functions. So make we go our table, make we see as we fit use if functions. Okay, so now our table be this. Okay, so now our spreadsheet be this. So make we quickly check how we fit use if functions. Make we leave this table for now. As we don't talk before, if our cells match our argument, if functions they throw in a true value for us, and if you don't match our argument, they throw in a false value for us. So maybe we quickly see a very brief example here. So maybe 5 dey inside this cell, and then we have 4 inside this cell. So make we quickly see if this cell dey equal. So make we quickly check. So equal to, so is this cell equal to this cell? So we don't give this cell a reference now. So we go return our answer if this argument dey true or if it dey false. So make we enter. So false. So 5 is not equal to 4. So but if we have maybe something like 10, and then we have another value here. So we say this value should reference if this is equal to this. So true. So it's true that this cell is equal to this cell. So basically now how if functions they work with this. If we enter our argument, we fit enter the value we go give us if the argument not true or if the argument not false. So make we quickly see other examples. So make we just quickly clean up this. Make we look at our table. We have our name. We have we have the name of our employees. Then we have the grade of the employees, the salary of the employees. Okay, and then if the grade is A, enter as yes or no. But if the grade is A or B, enter as yes or no. So make we quickly see how we use if function. Click on this cell. So maybe we quickly check our function. So now our if function be this. Check whether a condition is met and returns one value if true. So make we just click OK. So we have our logical test. Then we get our value if true, if our logical test is true, and our value if our logical test are false. Wait, so make we enter our logical test. So our logical test now, if grade is equal to A, our value if true go be yes, and our value if false now no. So make we quickly do them. So if B2, which is our grade, is equal to A, but make we not forget something we don't learn earlier in this course, that once we want to enter alphabet, Excel no go recognize them if you know they in quotes. So we will put them in quotes. So wetin be our value if true? You see if A enter yes or no. So our value, if this is equal to A, our value is yes. Don't forget, here we go put them in quotes. Put it in quotes. And then our value if false is no. Put this one too in quotes so Excel will recognize them. So now our if function will be this. So if our grade is equal to A, just enter it as yes. If it's not equal to A, enter it as no, which is our false value. Value if false. So the value if true is yes, value if false is no. So make we enter okay. So you see so because our grade is A, our answer here is yes. So make we enter it for the next cell. So is equal to if. So what will be our logical test? Our logical test is if this is equal to A. Don't forget to put your A in quotes, and make you not forget to enter your A as it is entered in the grade. No go enter small letter A instead of capital letter. So if our grade is equal to A, our value if true now yes. Enter your yes self in quotes, and then our value if it is false, if the argument is false, no. So maybe we close our bracket and then enter. So you see so our argument is if our grade is A, just enter it as yes. If it is not A, enter it as no. So this is A, so now yes be our answer for here, and because C no be A here, now no be our answer. So we will use our autofill handler to get the answer for the rest of the cell. So either you drag down or you double click. So you see only the places where the grade now A, now it return yes for us. So now so we will use if functions. So make we go to our next table. So this table they ask us say if our grade is equal to A or B, enter as yes or no. Before we continue, make we quickly talk about the AND or criteria. Our AND criteria and our OR criteria. So just like English language, AND now when you combine two things together. So if you talk say make John and Janet go buy bread, so that the two of them will go together. But for OR, if you talk say make John or Janet go buy bread, now only one of them will go. So AND now to combine values, and OR now to choose either of values. So maybe quickly run small example on top AND or OR. So make we create another table here just to quickly check out as if we use AND or OR. So we see now our employee be this, and then if we talk say here, if you look at the number of years spent in the company, and then here if we look at the department. So our employee will say we have Femi here. Here we have Muhammad. Here we have Janet. Here we have Saidat, Grace, and here we have Emeka. So the number of years that they've spent at the company, 5 years, 2 years, this one, Janet, let's say 4 years, Saidat 1 year, Grace 2 years, and Emeka 6 years. So the department, I'm going to turn this department to degree. So let's say Femi MSc, Mohammed BSc, Janet MSc, Saidat MSc, Grace BSc, and Emeka MSc. So now make we see how we fit use the and or criteria. So for these employees now, we want see those with the eligible for promotion. So eligibility, not just type them here. For promotion. Okay, I want to see those with the eligible for promotion. Okay, so I will use the all function first. Make you just enter is equal to. So those will go there eligible for promotion. Now those will get above 4 years of working with the company, and those will get MSc. So is equal to or. So you see checks whether any of the arguments are true and returns true or false. Returns false only if all arguments are false. So if we press OK, our first argument now say if the number of years greater than, will be our greater function, if the number of years is greater than 4 years, and then our second argument now, you see our second logical argument now, if the degree is MSc is equal to, into bracket, MSc, so close the bracket, close the quote and close the bracket. Make we press enter. So you see make you drag them down. So you see what we get. So basically the talk say if the workers don't spend more than 4 years for the company, or if the person get MSc as degree, they eligible for promotion. So waiting that one come mean say even those we don't spend 1 year for the company like Saidat, but get MSc as the degree, it go also be eligible for promotion if we use the or function, because we are saying either choose this one or choose this one. But waiting we want be say we want only those we don't spend greater than 4 years for the company and we get MSc as degree. Now only then we want make it eligible for promotion. So make we check if the and function fit solve that one for us. So let's go. Is equal to and okay, now be this. So checks whether all arguments are true and return true only if all the arguments are true. So make we use them. So what will be our first argument? We are saying if this person don't spend greater than 4 years for the company, and if the person gets MSc as degree, so this equal to MSc, make you not forget to put that one in quotes, MSc, and then let's close our bracket. So it's equal to, so you see this person don't spend 5 years and the person get MSc. The person don't spend greater than 4 years and they get MSc. So the true. So make we use our autofill handler. So now only 2 workers they eligible for promotion. Now only this one don't spend more than 4 years and this one get MSc, and this one don't spend more than 4 years and they get MSc. So the difference between and function and or function be that and function go check if all the arguments they true, while or function go check if at least one of the arguments they true. So the difference between and or be that. So now make we come apply them to this table. This table they ask us say if the grade is equal to A or B, enter as yes or no. So make we enter our function. So it's equal to if into bracket. So our logical test now or. So you see or click on. So what will be our argument? Our first argument now, if this is equal to A, then our second argument is if this is equal to B, so we'll close our bracket. So what will be the value if true? Our value if true, yes, but make we put them in quotes. Don't forget to put words in quotes, except it's a function recognized by Excel. And then value if false, now no. So, and then close our bracket. So we'll quickly check our formula. So we use our if function. Our requirement now, if the grade now A or B, so we use our OR function. So, and our OR is if our grade is equal to A or if our grade is equal to B. Our grade is equal to A or B. So enter yes if our grade is equal to A or B, and enter no if our grade is not equal to A or B. So we'll press enter. So you see so we'll use the autofill handler. So now so if we use if function combined with the AND or criteria. So even for our formula, don't forget say any value, anything we won't make a return for us as true, now ain't go return. So here we entered yes. So if we even enter eligible, not eligible, if we enter promoted, not promoted, if we enter good or bad, if we enter different things we want. So make we try eligible, and then here make we just enter not eligible. So we press enter, it will change them to eligible. Then if you use the autofill handler, it will refresh the rest. So you see so now so if we use our if function with AND or criteria. Make we check another example. I might just copy this table and paste them here. Okay, so make we do something. So make we say okay, those with the grade A, make we give them a 5% salary increase. So when we enter a new table, salary increase, and then make we also format this table just like the rest. Okay, so we'll say won't give them 5% salary increase only if they are in a grade A. So how if we do and maybe use our if function to is equal to if. So if our grade is equal to A, then our salary increase. So this is our salary multiplied by 5%. Let's just say 5%. So this is going to be our value if it is true. So this is our logical argument. If a grade is equal to A, the value if it's true, multiply this by 5%, and the value if false is not eligible for increase. So make we just use this as our value if false, and then close the bracket. So if we just enter, so the salary of this person will increase by this because the person did grade A. Make we pull them down. So you see not eligible for increase. Format them. So only those where they grade A, now them get 5% salary increase. Those where not they grade A, those where they grade B, C, you see they are not eligible for increase. So now another way if we use if function with that. So we'll just quickly go over our formula. So our logical test now this: if our grade is equal to A, then the value that we wanted to return if true, now our salary multiplied by 5%, and then the value that we wanted to return if it's false, now not eligible for increase. So maybe we want to say okay, instead of only A eligible for salary increase, make we just add A and B to be eligible for salary increase. So make we just do that one here. So that will be equal to, if, so we want A and B to be eligible, so can use the AND function. If and the grade is equal to A and the grade is equal to B, now close our bracket. So now our logical test be this. So what will be our value if true? Our value should be the salary multiplied by 5%, and then value if false, not eligible for increase. So we'll close our bracket, enter, bring it down. Okay, so everybody is not eligible for increase, so it means a problem dey our formula be that. So make we check our formula. So if and our grade is A and B, so our grade is either A, B or C. We not get any place for here where our grade be A and B, so we go use or. So that means our formula dey wrong. No be this AND function we suppose use, because we not get any grade wey be A and B, but we have grades that are A or B or C. So no be AND function we go use, now OR function we go use. So OR. So no press okay. So you don't calculate them, we'll drag them down. So now those will be A and B, they get 5% increase, but those will be C are not eligible for increase. So make we move on. So make we create another table for here. Let's say we have our employee name, then maybe the revenue they generated, and then if we say are they eligible for a salary raise. So let's say this person generated a revenue of 5 million naira. This person generated 2 million naira. This person generated 3 million naira. Then this person generated 1.5 million naira. This one 4 million naira and 3.4 million naira. So we want to look at if this person deserves a salary raise or not. According to company standard, make we say those we generate, let's say those who generate above 5 million, let's say they have done very well. Have done well. Let's enter this as good. Those who generate between 3 million and 4 million, let's say they are average. And then those who generate below 3 million have performed poorly. So, okay, make I just quickly edit this one. I don't think there's anybody that performed above 5 million. Now only this one performed 5 million, but it's not above. Make I just add 5.1 million. Give 5.1 million. That's better. Okay, so make we look at those way deserve the salary raise. Those that performed good, average, and poor. Okay. So we'll use our if statement to check that. So if you see, if our revenue generated is greater than, if our revenue generated is greater than 5 million, then the value, if true, is good. Don't forget to put that in quotes. Then the value, if false, remember say no be only good and poor we get for it. We have three values here. So and then we've entered our argument and our value if true. So waiting our value if false, it go be. So what we have to do is to enter another if function. So we call this nested if functions. So this is an if function inside another if function. So maybe we enter them. So if our revenue generated is less than 3 million, then the value if true is poor. So if it is not poor, it is average. So you see, as we don't enter the three values, the good, average and poor. So we first talk, say if our revenue generated is greater than 5 million, the value if true is good, and our value if false, we now use another if statement saying that if our revenue generated is less than 3 million, then our value if true could be poor and our value if false the average. So if you press enter, okay, so there's a typography. Okay, so we didn't close our brackets, we didn't close our second bracket, we didn't close this bracket, so we'll close them. So always remember to close your brackets when you don't enter your formula. So enter. So you see, so this is good. If we drag them down, so this is poor, average, poor, average, average. So you see, as if we use three different criteria to define our table. So you see, say here now only two criteria we use, just yes and no, eligible, not eligible, true or false, and so on. And then here we can use nested if statements to enter three criteria to define our values. So we use an if function inside another if function. So if we use more than one if function, 2, 3, 4, if we use several if functions inside an if function. So now how if we use our if functions with this? Now if we use them with and or criteria, and how if we use nested if functions, that is a if function inside another if function. So make we look at the final example for this session. We'll look at the Countif function. So for that, let's just come down and create a new table. So I might just create a table for here. Let me just copy one of the tables I've created before. Okay, we'll use this table. And then we'll paste them here, or let's just paste it here. Okay, I'll cut cut this one come out. Oh, I never cut this one. Let me just quickly do small editing. Okay, what else? So now we'll see as if we use the Countif function. If we use the Countif function to count the number of values in an array. So for example, we have an array. This is our array. So let's see as if we use the Countif function to is equal to Countif now function on its own. So see Countif counts the number of cells within a range that meets the given condition. So you go give them condition and you go return the number of cells within that range where you count them that meets the condition where you give them. So Countif. So now they ask for the range. So this is our range. So let's say we want to know the number of 2's that appear in this range. So let's say enter 2 and then close the bracket. So it's equal to. So there are 6 cells here that contain the number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so let's try another one. Is equal to Countif. This is our range, and then let's count the number of cells that contain the number 8. Close the bracket, enter. So there are 9 cells in this range, in this table, that contains the number 8. Another thing what we do now to also include logical operators as in our argument. And so if we say is equal to Countif, then our range this, and then our criteria, if we say return the number of cells that are greater than 3, close the bracket. Okay, there's a problem with our formula, so we don't enter, we don't put our greater than 3 in quotes. So we press enter again. So there are 72 cells here that have values greater than 3. So now so if we use our Countif function.